Perfecto. It's beautiful, isn't it? You know, I love art. I'm not very good at painting normally, but I love art because art is a representation of the world around us. We have art that represents stuff that God has already made. See, God makes really beautiful things. In Ecclesiastes, don't keep it wrong. In Ecclesiastes 3, verse 11 and 12, it says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also given people a sense of who he is, but they can't completely understand what God has done from beginning to end. People should be happy and do good while they live. I know there's nothing better for them to do than that." You see, art is a representation of everything around us, and of course, when we paint a picture like we're about to do, it may not perfectly represent the beauty of a landscape of trees, but it is a representation of that. And in the same way, we are supposed to be kind of like art. We're supposed to be a representation of what made us, and what made us is God. In Philippians 1, verse 6, it says this, "God began a good work in you, and I am sure that he will carry it on until it is completed." See, God started off a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork in you from the moment you were born. From the moment that you crossed his mind, he has been working in you. And ultimately his goal is for you to reflect him, to do things that and say things that he would want you to say and do. You are to be a representation of Christ. Now, of course, do we mess up sometimes? Of course. No piece of artwork is completely perfect. But I hope that as you enjoy us watching one of our very special guests paint a picture with direction from Bob Ross himself, I hope that in the back of your mind you're thinking about yourself and how God is painting onto this canvas, and you are doing everything in your power to keep all of the things that God would hope is in your life to reflect him to the rest of the world. So I hope you enjoy.
First up, we have...
What do you think we're doing today?
Bob Ross.
We're doing Bob. Hey, let me see your shirt, your Bob Ross shirt. This is my favorite shirt that she has. I love Bob Ross. You love Bob Ross.
Yes.
Everybody loves Bob Ross.
My shirt.
So today, if you want to click on the play button, he's muted, but he's gonna be painting down left.
Okay.
Yep, he's moving. All right, cool. He's doing stuff. You just move that paint wherever you want. Start making some globs. How often do you paint?
Once a month.
Once a month. That's plenty. That's
you
more
can
than
use
me.
you can use that plate as kind of a palette
Okay.
if you need to mix some stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just make yourself at home.
I told Kayla earthy tones. I don't know what that actually means, but I've heard people say it before, so I thought earthy tones.
Yeah.
Did you just pick random things?
I picked things that would make a complete palette.
Okay. I don't know what he's doing there, but just kind
He's
of...
painting white on the canvas.
That doesn't make any sense.
So the colors blend better.
Yeah, it's so you can blend other colors when
Okay.
you get ready to use them.
Go for it.
There's a purpose.
Go, Lala, go. Paint.
I can't open it. Can someone open this?
Yeah.
I feel your pain. I can't when those get stuck.
That's what I'm for. And hey, if you make a mess, by the way, that you can tell in the rest of the room, it's what this room is for. So
Yeah, don't.
here
don't
she
judge
goes.
that.
She's putting some white on
Already white canvas.
an already white canvas. Hey, he knows what he's doing.
Don't question Bob.
He's been doing this for.
You don't use a big brush on?
Yeah, I should probably use
That big brush is kind of funky. Yeah, there you go. Hey, whatever you got to do. Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
You do you. How would you paint?
Oh no, he's already starting on the next color.
Hey, he's going to do a lot of talking.
Yeah.
You'll get there. Yeah.
Okay, it's like too hard. So it's gonna...
Yeah, there's glitter
Well,
on it.
one side of it was fine. I didn't know the other side was covered in glitter. I'm really sorry.
So you're painting maybe a little glittery.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of throwing it on the canvas.
Hey,
That
you want to do
works.
that? I'm for that, actually.
Yeah.
You want to kind of, if you fling it, it'll fling right at it.
I can't do it.
We're dealing with green.
Yeah,
What's your favorite color, Lauren?
red. The color of passion.
Here we go, some green. Hey, you don't need to make that face at him. It's going to turn out just fine.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't trust Paul.
Okay.
She's got this.
This isn't. I didn't intend for it to be speed painting, but try to catch up. I guess. Ooh, look at those strokes.
There's gonna be some green in the sky.
That's okay.
Lauren, where did you learn how to paint other than from Bob Ross?
Oh, it just kind of comes. I don't know.
Me.
All right. So, what do you know enough about Bob to know what's happening? What his goal, like what he's doing?
What he's doing right now?
Yeah, what's he doing?
I like his other paintings, like where he does like the mountains and like the pine trees. I don't know what this is.
Well, I didn't know if, because I had told Caleb, well, I'd always heard happy trees. So I figured I was going to pick one with trees in it.
Yeah, so cool.
But yeah, the mountain one does have trees in it too, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, they're both cool. I mean, it's fun.
So Caroline, you like to paint too?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite color?
I think purple.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue.
Blue's the worst color.
Wow.
No, it's not. Blue.
Every color has its purpose. You know, that's interesting that you say that. God made all of the colors, and they're all beautiful.
That's why I just didn't not like choosing favorite colors because like what if the other colors get upset but they're all pretty anyways.
That's like the
The other colors get upset.
that's a
Right?
That's a
But they can all be pretty.
Well, see, like I knew that she liked Bob Ross. I didn't know she was going to be really, really good at painting. So I'm glad that this.
Aw.
Well, it goes well with our message. So.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pause it for a second.
Okay. Because he's going too fast.
He's got like a whole forest
Yeah, how do
right
people
now.
paint with him? I'm going to read some scripture. This is a really pretty one. I really like the scripture. This is Ecclesiastes 3. This was written by. We believe that the stories and the songs and such come from King Solomon. But you know.
Who's that?
King Solomon was a king in the Bible.
Oh.
He was very wise. That was him, right? He was the wise one.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one where you maybe heard this story, where two ladies came to Solomon holding a baby, and they argued over. They said, "No, this is my baby," and the other one said, "No, this is my baby." So King Solomon, he's real smart, right? He's going to let them figure out whose baby it is, and he says, "Tell you what, I'm going to cut this baby in half, and each of you will get a half of a baby."
What?
One woman says, no, please, let her have it. Don't let anything happen to the baby. And then the other woman says, okay, I'll take the baby. Which one do you think was the actual mother of the baby?
No, let the other person have the baby.
The first one. And so Solomon knew that. And so as soon as that had happened, he said, no, this is the mother. He's a very wise person. But here's what this scripture says. This is Ecclesiastes 3, verse 11. And it says this: He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also given people a sense of who He is, but they can't completely understand what God has done from beginning to end. People should be happy and do good while they live. I know that there's nothing better for them to do than that. I like that one. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Now, Lauren,
Yes.
I'm going to say, you're an excellent, excellent painter. Bob is an excellent painter. Do you think his paintings look exactly like trees?
No.
Huh. They look real good.
They look really good.
They're
They
pretty.
They look kind of prettier than trees because they're on like canvas.
Mm-hmm.
video.
she's okay. Y'all live in the same house. Right, but they don't, so like, trees are pretty. The
Yeah.
forest is pretty. You've probably been in a place where maybe you've seen a sunset or something that's really pretty and beautiful and just wonderful. You look at it and you go, oh, God made all this.
Yeah.
But Bob is teaching us to paint that And even though it's not exactly like that, it's still beautiful and it's a reflection of reality, right?
Right.
That's the way I see art. Art is a reflection. Yeah.
A little bit.
So remember I was telling you like art is like a reflection of the world, of beauty, right? You know what I mean by that? All kinds of art. Music, art. What's the other kinds of art? Sculpting.
Written word?
Written word, yeah. I love spoken word stuff too. It's a reflection of the beauty of God's world. What if I told you this though? What if I told you you were art? And you're art. And you're also art. You're art. And I'm art. What if I told you that? What if I told you you were intended to be a reflection of God? What if I told you that?
What does that even mean?
What does that mean? We'll talk about it in a second. I'm flipping over to Philippians, reading some more good stuff. This is Philippians 1, it's right out of the get-go, verse 6. He's writing to the church of Philippi. But there's this line, I love this one. God began a good work in you, and I'm sure that he will carry it out until it is completed. When God made you, much like you are when you started making this painting here, God had a plan for how you were going to reflect God's beauty.
Oh.
When I say God's beauty, I mean things that are like God, like goodness, kindness, gentleness, love, self-control, all the great things that are a part of God and a part of God's Spirit. And so we are art. We are to reflect God's goodness. So how do we do that? Ava, how do we reflect God's goodness? Is God good?
Yeah.
Tell me something good we can do.
Keep care of our world.
Do what?
We can recycle things on the world.
Take care of our world? That's a really good one. What else, Caroline?
Treat others with kindness.
Treat others with kindness.
Oh, I thought you were going to say treat others the way you want to be treated.
That's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Lala? Can you think and paint at the same time?
We're talking about like how we can, or things that we can do good, or
Yeah, to reflect God's goodness in this world. What are some things we can do?
I think that we can. We've already said being kind, right?
Sure.
But we can.
Being kind looks like a lot of different things too.
Kind of be your best self, like overall, just like, you know, like being there with God, like actually like supporting it, kind of having like a.
Worshipping God.
Yeah.
Talking about God.
Yeah, like making it.
Feeding the hungry. Caring for the sick. I want to thank you so much for talking about God with me today. And for
We're good.
We're good. It's cool. That's what this room is for. I want to thank you for painting a beautiful painting and
Thank you.
And being an illustration.
Thank you.
Bye, Lauren.
Bye.